What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to another video, and on this video it is going to be a trade recap on today's trade, which is going to be the June 1st of 2026. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started on this trade recap. Alright boys, so first things first is that I decided to trade NQ today. I haven't traded NQ recently. I've only been trading the S&P, but today I decided to give NQ a try. But yeah, let's look at the first pair that I like trading the most, which is gold. I did not end up trading gold today just because I didn't really see any setups today. I did see a 13 EMA breakout happening right there, but at the end of the day, this wasn't really a good breakout candle, right? So I decided to just pass on it, but it did ended up winning, and as you guys can see, you could have ran this out for almost like a 1 of 5 or more. But yeah, I did not take this trade. I did go to the S&P. I also had this 15-minute zone marked out from right here to right here, and then as well as I had the 5-minute zone right here, right? So let me just back this up so you guys can see it clearly. So this is the 5-minute zone, this is the 15-minute zone. There is another 5-minute zone right here, but I did not mark that up just because I thought that we were going to tap into the 15-minute over the 5-minute. But either way, it didn't even tap up here. It only tapped to this 5-minute zone right here. We did have news at 9 a.m. Central Time, and as you guys can see, we did tap into the zone at 8:30. I was waiting for either a breakout candle on the S&P. Did not end up getting that. We were just consolidating. We were basically just rejecting the 13 EMA right here, so I passed up on it. I had also the same thing set up at Russell. Did not look at Russell. I was just looking at NQ. Right, so NQ was the trade that I did end up taking right here because we did have a 15-minute zone right here, right? The 5-minute zone all the way down here, well, this wasn't a 5-minute just because there was no gap or anything. This was an invalid zone, but the one on S&P was a valid zone, just NQ's wasn't, right? So once NQ decided to tap into this 15-minute supply zone right here, I was waiting for a breakout candle. This right here, this first breakout candle, this one was way too large, so I was waiting either for the next one, and so I waited all the way right here. Didn't happen. This candle did not break this candle, so I waited until the next candle broke the third candle, which this candle ended up breaking, and then I entered a little bit early. I had my stop loss all the way above here, and look at the EMAs. As you guys can see, the EMAs were going towards the downside and even gave a 13 EMA breakout with this candle, but I entered off of a breakout candle. So I went for a 1-to-1 just because there was news at 9 and this was at 8:55, so I got out 3 minutes before news, and then news didn't really do much. Basically just gave this candle at 9, but I could have caught a 1 or 2, but it is what it is. I only got out just because of news. I didn't want news to reverse on me, and now it just been ended up break even, so I just decided to take my profit and go on with my day. But yeah, but like I said, I only took this setup just because we were going for sales. If we go to the higher time frame, we did have a break of structure to the downside right here on the daily. As you guys can see, we're actually bullish, but at the end of the day, if you're a lower time frame trader, you know that the daily doesn't really matter. The 4 and the 1 matters the most, because on the 1 hour we did create break of structure to the downside right here. As you guys can see, we took out Asia and London's lows. On the 4 hour, same thing. So yeah, we were just breaking lows down here, and so I thought, or I knew that the market was going to continue to go bearish just because we were breaking lows. We created break of structure on the higher time frames, on the lower time frames, and as well as we even created a 15-minute supply zone right here, retested, entered, and boom. That's how I made my money today trading and Q. And as you guys can see, this is why I avoided the S&P. Reason being why is because it closed inside of my zone. Did not disrespect the zone. It barely respected it. Like as you guys can see, it was about to disrespect it, but it was just consolidating. Really didn't give much. NQ was the move today for sales. Russell was the move today for sales. Gold was the move today for sales. Everything was for sales except the S&P. That shit just consolidated. But yeah, that is gonna be it for this video. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, and as well as make sure to go follow me on TikTok, and make sure to follow me on Instagram as well. But yeah, boys, other than that, it's gonna be it for this video, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.